Chaps, you'd tell me if I was an air dicker, right?
Only if you're world-class air dicker.
Stay tuned. We got our second edition of that new. Ricky Stanicky is next.
Hey, Mom! The meatloaf! We want it now!
Ask me about my wiener!
Would you like to have a suckle at my zipper? Like perfect 10?
Cool beans. Cool beans.
And you never once paid for drugs.
Yeah, Jamie.
We want a shrubbery! Slippy, slappy, Swanson?
I'm a peacock! You gotta let me fly! Shitter!
Welcome back to the funniest movie ever. I'm your host, Ripp. Across from me is my co-host, Chaps. Say hi, Chaps.
Hello.
Season 2, Episode 5. Fade in. Let's get it started. Chaps, how are you? What's new? What are you watching?
I'm great. I love your new catchphrase, fade in.
No, I don't
Did
want
you coin that? Did you coin that?
I don't want you to draw any attention to that.
What I've been watching, let's dive in. I've been continuing on with Andor. I'm still working my way through that. I also realized there hasn't been a Dragon Ball update on the pod in a while, so I just want to let the fans know that I am deep into the Buu saga right now. Gohan just had his inner potential unlocked, and he's kicking the shit out of Buu. So that's what I've been watching on TV. I want you to ask me questions about Dragon Ball, but you never do.
I'm about to ask you questions about Dragon Ball Z. This is the one show that escaped me as a child.
Right.
Like I was deep in, fucking Digimon, Pokemon, fucking Metabots. That's a thing, right?
Yeah, I think that's something.
Beyblades?
Beyblades for
is this
sure.
the same?
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Am I talking the same years here? Is Dragon Ball Z?
Dragon Ball Z is
in?
like 90s. Like it was like the height of its popularity, like late 80s and 90s is like Dragon Ball Z kind of thing, and then like into the early 2000s, I think.
Hit me then. You're coming home from school, little chop daddy here.
Yeah,
and it's like 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Right.
I think fucking Pokemon's on first.
I don't know. I can't remember.
And then
so Dragon Ball.
What I'm trying to say is Dragon Ball Z, does it fit into the?
It's not an after school show. I remember watching it in the evenings on TV.
Okay.
And like Dragon Ball is an interesting show to watch as a kid because there's so much fucking filler, and like the story is so like wide and like takes forever to like get anywhere. I have no idea how as a kid I had the attention span to like watch 5 episodes of Goku powering up before he went Super Saiyan. But once he does go Super Saiyan, it's like the best payoff ever. So yeah,
I do have some questions, and it's so funny. I make fun of my partner all the time for the questions she asks about like very popular movies we watch. Like I showed her The Matrix once.
Yeah.
And it's the fucking Matrix, right?
Yeah.
And she hits me with like, where do they sleep at night? Which is
ship.
a fucking ridiculous question, but also I kind of respect it now because I'm about to ask you that kind of question.
Right.
Where is Dragon Ball taking place? Like, is it on Earth? Because I feel like every time I would flick it on, they'd be on like the rockiest of cliffs.
Right. Yeah. So
am I remembering this right?
It is Earth. You are remembering that. It is Earth. It's like a fictional Earth, I believe, and there's lots of different planets. There's Planet Namek and stuff like that. There's the there's like sort of like the beyond. Almost, I don't remember what they call it, the afterworld or something like that, where everyone goes after they die, kind of thing. But yeah, mostly the story takes place. The main characters always go, "Hey, let's fight, but let's do it away from the city so we don't hurt anybody." And then they go out into like the middle of nowhere where there's just cliffs.
Well, that's very considerate.
It is. Great. But then usually about like 15 minutes into the fight, they start destroying the city anyways, because like the bad guy's like, "Fuck you, I'm gonna go destroy some buildings now." Yeah. Other than that, I watched Crimson Tide this week. Have you seen Crimson Tide?
I've seen it, yeah. Absolute banger. Tony Scott, I love Tony Scott.
So I love Tony Scott too, but like I think this is a movie that I don't get me wrong, I enjoy it, but I like the idea of it more than the execution. And really that just stems from like kind of the setup of the movie. Like it sets up with like one of the craziest title cards of all time. Like the 3 most powerful people on the planet are the president, this person, and a U.S. Navy commander, submarine commander. And it's like, holy shit, let's go. Like, and then they have the CNN report right after that about like the world on the verge of nuclear collapse kind of thing. And then, they're just, you kind of get, oh, Denzel takes the boat over from Hackman, and then the Hackman takes the boat back from Denzel. And it's just like kind of predictable. I wish there was more tension somehow. I don't know. It's still a good movie. I like it.
Maybe I'm misremembering. Is this the one that Tarantino like kind of worked on as well?
I am not sure.
I think there's a whole. It's been a year or two since I've seen this movie. There's a whole speech about Silver Surfer, isn't there? Yeah, apparently that's what Tarantino came in, and that's his addition to the movie.
It's actually a great addition to the movie because it shows how Denzel's able to relate to like the lower staffmen, like the guys who aren't like leadership level rank kind of thing. And it comes back later on because like the guy he tells like shares this like Silver Surfer story with, like they're boys now and they have like a connection, and he helps him with the mutiny and all that crap.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, maybe it's not just that. Maybe he also just beefed up some of the dialogue in general. But I remember reading the Silver Surfer story, and I really like that. It's good. It's a good movie. Like you said, Tony Scott, can't go wrong. He shoots the shit out of anything that he does. It's the best. It's
so
funny because I remember our other buddy was saying that he was watching it, and the first thing he pointed out was Tony Soprano.
Yeah,
which is hilarious because the first thing I wanted to point out to you guys, and I was kind of waiting for you to mention it to me, was fucking Aragon's
Vigo.
Yeah,
fucking
Vigo's in this.
Did you not see in the group chat? I was about an hour and 40 minutes into the movie, and I was like, holy fuck, that's Viggo Mortensen. Like, I did not recognize him at all.
I know,
right? I guess I didn't see his name come up when the credits were rolling. I was probably distracted, but like I finally clued in because I was like, I knew Steve Zahn was in the movie, and he kind of looks a little bit like Steve Zahn.
A little bit, yeah.
But like I'm like, oh, maybe that's Steve Zahn. He just has like an army haircut. And then like an hour passes. I'm like, no, that's fucking Aragorn, you idiot.
That's so good. Are you impressed that I got his name right?
Yeah, you nailed it. Yeah, that's all the LOTR lore I've been spouting to you.
I was practicing. I really wanted to say Aragon.
No.
But just
Scorn.
Yep, I know.
Yeah.
Play the tapes. I hit that.
How about you? What have you been watching?
I finally got around to watching Conclave.
Okay.
You know what this movie is,
right? Is
right?
that like a scary?
No, it's the Ray Fiennes.
Oh, sorry. Yes, it's the Pope movie.
So
you're doing your research.
I feel like in season 1, I trashed how many movies there are about popes.
You did.
Maybe it was like fucking Kurt Russell did like the Pope's exorcism or something.
Well, yeah, he did that, and then there was like the Jude Law Pope show on HBO. And
listen,
there's also Netflix Pope shows.
I don't take it back. I stand by it. There's too many. Pope.
Still too many Pope shows.
Too many Pope mediums out there. Anyway, I will say that aside, like 90% of this movie fucking bangs.
Yeah.
The other 10%, it kind of ruined it for me. I'm not gonna lie.
So, like, you mean in terms of like from start to finish, like, so the first 90% are good, and then the ending sucks.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Are you ever going to see it? I'm not going to spoil it.
I do want to watch it,
because I do implore you to still watch it. It is a good movie.
And, you implore me.
Yeah, Ray Fiennes is fantastic.
Yeah,
anything he does,
phenomenal.
Right? Rather getting into the whole like rigmarole though of the actual movie, there's a bit that I want to talk to you about because. To be clear, this bit doesn't happen in the movie, but
this is something you came up with?
It's something I came up with, but also anybody could come up with it watching it.
Right.
There's a scene where the Cardinals are showing up
to
elect the new Pope.
Yeah.
And it's like all the fucking Cardinals from around the world.
Yeah.
And they're showing like scenes of them like, breaking up into like high school factions. There's a couple of like Cardinals. Yeah, cliques. A couple Cardinals outside just ripping darts.
Oh, okay.
And all I could think is like...
really humanizing the Catholic.
I love it because all I could think of is like, here we go. Pursuit of Happiness is about to like fucking drop. All the boys are here. We're electing a new Pope. Let's fucking go.
It's just a party. Like that's it. It's just the popes come to party. I gotta ask you though. You're saying the 90%, 10% thing. Are you one of those people that if the ending is not great, like you can't look past that, it kind of ruins it for you, it ruins the entire viewing for you, or is that something you're able to like, I enjoyed 90% of it, so I'm not gonna
it's definitely the latter. So
right,
for me, basically, as it was wrapping up, again to plug my Letterboxd here, I was like, oh, this is an easy 4 stars at least, right? Hit that last 10%, I took half a star off.
That's fair.
Which seems fair to me, right?
Yeah. I just know there's a lot of people like Interstellar, for example, like it's a phenomenal movie right up until the ending, where the ending becomes divisive between everyone who watched it. Like some people love it, some people hate it. So I know, like, for instance, some people will just be like, I hate the entire movie now, right? I'm not like, I don't like the ending of Interstellar, but I love everything up to it, and I still think it's a great movie.
Yeah, and I mean, much like Conclave, like it's shot beautifully. Like in terms of just being a well-crafted movie, like it's fucking flawless, right?
Yeah.
Like cinematography, the score, like it's all so great, and they just, in my opinion, I'm sure like many people enjoyed the movie. It was nominated for Best Picture, right?
Yeah.
I just can't get past how it ended, and that's like a me problem, right?
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, not everything's going to resonate with you, right? So, and that's completely fine. One thing I do want to point out about Conclave that I saw shot on the same locations as The Phantom Menace. Some of the Naboo scenes from The Phantom Menace are where they shot Conclave.
So there's a Vatican on Naboo?
They shot in a Vatican, I guess. No, but there's like a scene where they're all walking downstairs.
Oh yeah,
and those are the same stairs that like Queen Amidala and like her escort are like coming down.
Oh, that's a fun fact.
Phantom Menace, yeah.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
I did watch one more movie.
Okay,
I bet you're gonna be super excited about this one.
What is it?
Four Brothers.
Oh, bro, I love Four Brothers.
This has to be the most 90s movie of the 2000s ever, right?
So weirdly like bad but amazing.
I don't know how to, and that's, you took the words right out of my mouth. I don't know how to rate this. The dialogue is objectively horrible.
It's so bad, but it's...
Mark Wahlberg has no redeeming qualities in this movie.
Oh, no, he's an awful person.
He shows up as an asshole, and like the movie ends and he's an asshole. Like he's throwing around racial slurs like all movie, despite having like two like half brothers who are black.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
It's a wild movie. But when they go to play hockey on, was it Thanksgiving that they do the hockey game or whatever?
Oh yeah, I'm sold.
That's the best.
I'm sold.
Mark Wahlberg's out here fucking laying the body on
He's that fucking
these
guy.
unassuming people who are just out trying to have a little game of shinny, and he's just dropping hits left and right.
He fucking shows up to Shinny just laying people out.
Yeah.
Like I fucking can't with this guy.
It's amazing.
It's such a fun movie. Horrible objectively, subjectively, I fucking love it.
Yeah, it's one of those like bad good movies, you know, where you had it's a bad movie but you had a great time with it.
Speaking of Tony Scott, like how did he not get his hands on this movie?
It seems like a Tony Scott movie.
It seems like a Tony Scott movie,
yeah,
right?
I can see that for
also,
sure.
Shout out Don Billingsley.
Yeah,
He will always be Don Billingsley to me. Hang on to the fucking
You gotta
football.
hold that rock.
The fucking wardrobe. Can we talk the wardrobe?
Yeah.
His like pop punk outfit, and then you got Mark Wahlberg who's just wearing like those jeans from the 80s that are
They're
like
so baggy.
so baggy.
He looks like they're so baggy that he looks like he has snowboard boots on the entire movie.
One of the cops, this is such a like obscure reference. One of the cops looks like an unfunny Nick Kroll to me, and he's wearing like one of those Kangles. I can't, man.
It's so good. I need to watch that movie again. That's amazing.
You should go back and watch it for sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's take our first break. When we come back, we're talking Ricky Stanicky.
Stanicky, what up, man? Are you serious? Have someone call me when you get out of surgery, all right?
You should drive out there. Ricky's been there for you guys your whole lives.
The devil's in the details, my friend. It worked. Atlantic City, here we come.
What we got?
Ricky's cancer's back.
Why does it have to be cancer? Won't everybody get worried?
Yeah, and that's going to take us right into the World Series.
To Ricky Stanicky, the best friend we never had.
My baby's going to be born 6 weeks early.
I was born 6 weeks early.
Oh, shit. I want to know where the hell you guys were tonight. We called every hospital and there was no record of a Ricky Stanicky.
You know, all we did was tell one lie.
Hundreds and hundreds of times over many, many years.
If the truth does come out, my marriage is over.
What if we hire an actor to play Stanicky?
Rock Hard Rod, X-rated rock and roll impersonator.
I do a whole act, wall-to-wall, top-to-bottom jizz jams. Thanks for coming out tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So horny to be here.
This is a really bad idea.
Oh, Jesus. I've been cold turkey in the booze. Ricky Stanicky's in the program, remember?
Oh, Rod.
It's not what you think it is. It's just piss.
I'm a hyper every time. Now my mouth. I want you to admit that Ricky Stanicky does not exist.
Hey, mas puka!
This is Ted Summerhays, my boss.
Ted, nice to meet you. Digging the suit and the seedlings, man.
The seedlings.
The hair plugs, they're new, right?
This is my hair. We're gonna lose our jobs.
All right, we're back. For those new around here, here is today's George format. First, we're going to talk cast. We'll give some initial impressions before diving into the movie, our funniest scenes, followed by our MVC, that's most valuable comic. And today, we're back to the OG format. We're going to rip a writer's room.
Nice.
Nice. You excited?
Yeah, you used your name as a verb.
All right, let's chop the cast. Zac Efron making his second. It's not that funny.
It got me. Like it's great.
Zac Efron making his second appearance. We covered him last season during Neighbors. I'm still a big fan. You still a fan?
I'm never not going to be a fan of Zac Efron. I think. I just love that he gives it in every performance.
I think this is the first movie coming back to his career where like I noticed the difference in his face.
Yeah, you can definitely tell it in this one.
I'm just going to leave it there. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know what happened.
It
I'm
also
gonna
doesn't
leave it at
bother
that.
me. I don't think he looks terrible.
No, it's noticeable. But
it's noticeable. Yeah, something happened to his chin, but who cares?
All
Like
right.
it just that's it. The one thing though I do want to comment on, there's something going on with his hair throughout this movie. Did you notice it?
No.
There's some scenes where his hair looks like straight up fake. Like it's like really pushed forward on his like forehead. and it just looks really strange and weird. And there's one scene in particular, we'll probably get to it. I'll call it out, where I'm like, what the fuck's going on with his hair? Because it's like changing like shot to shot, scene to scene. It's like not matching.
Okay, I look forward to that.
Yeah.
Since we're both big fans, I figured instead of brushing past him, I'll give you a list of his character names pre-High School Musical.
Okay.
You tell me how you feel about them.
So we're going pre-High School Musical. Zac
these
Efron.
are all pre-High School Musical.
I honestly didn't know he did anything pre-High School Musical.
That's why I picked them. Are you ready?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let me read them all out, and then you just tell me how you feel. Tell me if anything sticks out to you. Tell me if you like them. Maybe
so you
don't
want me
like
to just
them.
want my opinions on these names?
Yeah, so just shut up while I read them.
Gotcha.
Okay. Young Simon, Bobby Neville, Stewart, Luke Tamello. Here's my personal favorite. Patrick McGargle.
McGargle.
And finally, Harry Fuller.
These all don't seem like names of people he'd
They're
play.
horrible fucking names.
Like, I don't see Zac Efron ever playing a Stewart.
No.
You know, like
no.
What are these from? Like, are these shows? Are they movies? What are they?
I can tell you, there's a lot of TV shorts.
Okay.
A couple TV cameos.
Mm-hmm.
Firefly. Did you watch Firefly?
Like the sci-fi show?
Yeah.
I saw a little bit of it.
So he's young Simon in that.
I don't know if I ever got the Young Simon. I think it's like a one-season show, isn't it?
That means nothing to me.
Yeah, I think it's like a one-season show.
In ER, which is a popular show, I believe.
Right. I feel like everyone did a cameo on ER.
Yeah. He's Bobby Neville in that.
Okay, true.
I'm assuming your favorite is
Did
Patrick.
he get cured?
I'm sorry?
Did he get cured on ER? Like, did they save him?
I don't know.
Because obviously he was playing some kid that got, like, he was like riding a bike.
That's true. He would have been a kid, right? Yeah, he definitely got hit by a car for sure.
So and George Clooney had to save. Or no, that's the general. Who's the guy? Who's the ER lead?
I
can't remember.
They're all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I can see the shot now. Like his tricycle's flipped over.
Yeah, it's like attached still to like, it's like his legs caught in the wheel.
Oh my God.
And like, it's like we have to separate this kid from his bike first before we do anything at all.
That's whose voice is that?
That's my transatlantic doctor voice.
All right. Patrick McCardle is from the Derby Stallion, which is, I feel like you don't need both of those words. You could just probably call it the Derby or the Stallion.
Are those like the horse movies? Like, I
don't know.
The races, like the horse races, like the Derby?
I think this is, out of the list, I think this is the only movie on the list.
Do you remember the movies like The Black Stallion? Did you ever have to watch that in school?
No.
Just like a kid gets like shipwrecked on an island and there's a stallion there too. And then they like save each other and then go home and he like rides the horse to victory in some fucking race.
Zac Efron's on this one though, right?
I don't know.
Maybe
that's the movie I'm thinking of.
Yeah, okay, so we agree. He does not suit any of those names.
No.
And I really want to mention that because we can bring it up here. He doesn't suit Dean, in my opinion, either.
What was his name from Neighbors?
Teddy.
Teddy. See, Teddy and Dean's closer to me than like Stewart or what was it, Luke?
I don't know. I could do Teddy, but Dean is a hard no for
Diener.
Me. Harry, maybe, but like I just assume Harry Fuller. You probably call him Harry Fuller.
Right, yeah. That's a first name, last name call out for sure.
Okay. We can move on to Andrew Santino. This is my introduction to Andrew.
Is he the redhead?
Yeah. So even looking at his IMDb, like he has a ton of small roles since 2008, but it seems what he's really known for is his stand-up.
Yeah, he's a comedian, right?
I don't know him from stand-up. Do you?
No, I don't. I didn't like him at all.
Oh, really?
He's my least favorite part about this movie.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He was kind of working for me. I'm not going to lie.
He just doesn't seem like he's acting. He just seems like he might be a piece of shit in real life.
Like it's almost too natural.
Yeah, like it's just, I'm like, this guy, there's something about, and maybe that's him being really good at the part, which is completely possible.
I mean, his character, to be fair, they're all pieces of shit.
Yes, like right out on the start, they're all shitty.
Yeah.
They're all shitty. But yeah, he just seemed particularly shitty to me.
He got a couple laughs out of me. I'm not gonna lie.
It's not that he wasn't funny. Like he definitely had funny moments. But I'm like, out of the three of them, I don't like this guy at all. Like I didn't like him.
I mean, like we'll get to it as we progress through the movie here. But really, the three of them to me could be anybody.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
like this is
fair.
John Cena's movie.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
We'll get
this
there.
This is the Cena show.
Yeah, we'll get there. Jermaine Fowler.
Right. Yeah.
So similar to Andrew, a ton of small roles on his IMDb. Although he was in Sorry to Bother You. Have you
I've seen
that?
Sorry to Bother You. Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you recognize him?
I don't recognize him because I haven't seen that movie since I think it came out during the pandemic, right? Like 2020 on Netflix or something like that.
I think roughly around that year. Yeah.
I just can't remember it.
So that covers our trio. Honestly, like they're pretty rock solid at what they're doing. Like again, I think you could probably like replace one of them with someone else, and it wouldn't make a big difference.
Yeah, anybody, like you said, anyone can play those 3 roles as long as they're like funny.
Yeah, but I have no qualms. Like what they were doing, it worked for me.
Yeah, I liked Jermaine Fowler as Wes too, because he did really bring that heart and like the conscience to the group, and I think he nailed that kind of thing.
I agree with that.
Even though he got bullied into silence most of the time.
So I think that's everybody, right? Apparently John Cena's in this movie. I didn't see him though, did you?
No, I saw some guy named Rod.
I can't see me.
Rock hard Rod.
I was doing a John Cena joke.
Were you? Yeah. Went over my head.
Okay, let's talk Cena. I wasn't the biggest wrestling fan growing up. Honestly, I feel like now I'm much more intrigued than when I was a kid.
That's fair.
In fact, recently the boys were down pretty bad after a night out, and somebody threw on just a bunch of wrestling clips.
I love that.
Like the best of Stone Cold,
yeah.
some John Cena, the best of The Rock. It was fucking awesome. I loved it.
I used to watch wrestling with my grandma.
Right on.
Yeah, she called it wrestling, and we would watch the Stone Cold and The Rock. Like that back when we watched it, those were the 2 that were always going at it. Is Stone Cold and The Rock.
That's awesome. I love that. Yeah. Wrestling aside, what do you think of his movie career so far? I'll throw a couple movies at you.
Yep.
You can shoot the shit here. Peacemaker in the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Blockers. He's in, I think, maybe 1 or 2 of the Fast movies. I think he's like Vin Diesel's brother.
Yeah.
Which is
one of those weird.
That's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
Vacation Friends. I mean, to name a few.
I like Blockers. I've seen Blockers. Blockers is fun. Vacation Friends is funny as well. I've seen episodes of Peacemaker, but I never finished the season. But like he's pretty entertaining. I'm not gonna lie. Like he's good.
I have seen Suicide Squad with him. I didn't mind it. I'm not like a big James Gunn fan.
He's got one trick.
Yeah.
And I think like the Superman trailer dropped recently, and I think you're gonna see that again. It's not a Superman movie. It's a Superman and all his friends movie because James Gunn can only do a team up.
I don't know. But it's funny you say that, but like I don't really even care for the team ups. Like I thought Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
I really liked the first 2.
Yeah. I like the third one too.
The third one's really good, right?
But
I think by then I was just like fatigued out.
Yeah, that's fair.
Again, I'm not like gonna yuck anybody's yum. I just don't think his style is for me. I thought Cena was funny though in it.
Mm-hmm. I like the James Gunn style. I just don't like that he does it on everything.
Yeah.
You know, it's like he did the Guardians, and then he used the Guardians blueprint for Suicide Squad and did the same thing. It's like, here's a ragtag group and fun music and bright colors.
So is that fair to criticize? It's like being like, oh, Marty, like maybe don't do another gangster movie, you know?
I have the same qualm with him though. It's like, I don't know if you've seen Killers of the Flower Moon, but it's 4 hours of him stroking himself off. It's not a good movie. Like the movie, like don't get me started on that.
Okay. I do enjoy Blockers. What I'm trying to get at is I know I like Cena way more in a comedic role.
Yeah.
And to me, this movie sealed that for like 100%. I'm more confident in saying that now than ever before.
Yeah, no, that's completely fair.
And I'm wondering if it's so much as Cena or just the idea of like a very large muscular man pissing himself in an airport.
see, that's part of it too. Like the ridiculousness of this concept of like having a fake friend and a scapegoat or whatever. And then the real version of him becomes this caricature of a man. Like he's a monster. Like he's not a real person. Like he's so big. It kind of helps with the believability of it all. You know, like it makes you just throw caution to the wind. You're like, yeah, I'm sold.
All right, let's talk writers and director really quick. Written by Jeffrey Bushell, staff writer on MTV, then writer for Zoe 101, because that's a natural transition.
Yeah, of course.
And he also did some of your favorite movies, the Beverly Hills Chihuahua movies.
How did you know I love those movies?
Well, stay tuned because we might cover them on the sequel division.
Yeah, true.
Brian Jarvis, not many writing credits. He wrote on Ron Livingston's show, Loudermilk.
Okay.
So did the third and final writer, James Lee Freeman.
Right.
Directed by Peter Farrelly. Did you know this was a Farrelly Brothers movie?
I had no idea.
Well, I guess not a brothers movie because it's just Peter Farrelly.
Mm-hmm.
Guy's an absolute Hall of Famer though, right?
Yeah. What else has he done? I can't remind me.
Well, Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
There's Something About Mary. Me, Myself, and Irene. Shallow Hal, which I feel like I forget about that movie. Like Jack Black has movies before School of Rock.
He does, yes.
He does, yeah.
Yes, you're not wrong.
Hall Pass, and then he directed Kingpin.
Yeah, I mean, those are all like fantastic movies.
I mean, Dumb and Dumber alone.
Like, yeah, it was like Hall of Fame right away. Like, you don't even need to do anything else.
You could just, that's it.
Just walk away on top.
Before we dive into initial impressions here, I want to point out there's 3 guys in this movie. This is a classic three guys get into mischief movie. Yes.
There you go.
Okay, you counted them too. Great. Yeah. I love these kind of movies. I want to pick your brain here. Superbad, Old School, Hangover.
Mm-hmm.
These are like the three movies that come to my mind when we're talking three guys in mischief.
Okay, yeah.
Now, how does this rival the buddy comedy for you? So think like your Step Brothers, your Pineapple Express, your Harold and Kumar. Are you a duo or are you a threesome guy?
Interesting. Well, I'm not sure. It depends on the movie. Like, it's hard to put some of those against each other because they're all really good. You picked all really good examples, so it made it like even harder to like decide which ones I like better. I think it's fun. The buddy comedy movies leave room for more interesting side characters, I think, because they're not focusing on a trio the whole time. The trio movies, though, are usually made up of very interesting. I mean, fucking Alan from The Hangover, Zach Galifianakis is like an all-time character, just like in himself. Like that could have been the whole movie.
Yeah, for sure, right? I get what you're saying. Like I find the more people to bounce bits off, the better.
Right.
So I kind of lean towards, I think, the trio. The archetypes are always fun, even though it's the same kind of like you get your smooth talker, right? You're like reserved dork and you're oddball.
Yeah.
Which that works for me.
Yeah.
It's, it works. Don't change it. Whereas the buddy comedy is kind of, I don't know. Maybe it's like I said, because you don't have as many guys to bounce bits off. I don't know.
Well, that's why you always get the side characters coming in, right?
Yeah.
Like that's why. Because what did you list Pineapple Express? Or,
I did. Yeah.
So in that they go to Red, right?
Yeah,
and Red becomes kind of the third guy. Like the buddy comedies always end up having kind of a third rotating in kind of thing. Like I guess in the other guys, they end up with what's his name, Ershon for a large portion of the movie.
Yeah, true.
So something like that. But with Stanicky though, it doesn't strike me as a great three guys movie, mainly because John Cena overshadows everybody in it. It becomes a John Cena movie very quickly, and like he kind of takes charge, and the other three guys like they're kind of just there, like just experiencing this character that they made up. Like
that's a good point. Yeah. I guess I don't know. Maybe you can't really even classify this as a three guys movie.
I think it still probably falls under it.
Could you classify Superbad as one? I guess, or is that more a buddy comedy?
It's I guess because they get separated, right?
Get separated, right? It's almost like a three guys movie in that it's what Bill Hader, Seth Rogen, and fucking McLovin, right?
It's true. It becomes like three guys and three other guys movies because the kids go with what's his name, John. What's that guy's name from Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Give me all you got.
Yeah, give me all you got. Everything you got. They go with him, so there's three, and then McLovin's with the cops. So there's three.
Okay. Give me your thoughts on the movie. Let's get going here.
Just the concept of the scapegoat is hilarious because it's very relatable. As kids, everybody had this person in their friend group, no matter whether they were real or not. There was a guy in the friend group that you blamed everything on.
Yeah, that was me, right? You fucking told your parents a lot of shit about me.
Yeah,
I know
you told
that.
your parents probably a lot of shit
That's
about me.
That's not true. There was another kid in our group I definitely pinned stuff on.
Yeah, so that definitely happens. But what happens here is they take the idea of the scapegoat to such an extremely exaggerated level that it becomes just comedy playground, right? And it's amazing. All that to say, though, don't lie like these idiots in the movie.
I mean, you can lie, but maybe don't miss your fucking son's birth.
Yeah, I mean, the movie like nods at that too. The movie's like, yeah, these guys are assholes. Like, because even the redhead JT, he's like, I can't miss my son's birth. Are you crazy? Like, he knows it's wrong.
Yeah. But then goes anyway.
Yeah, it goes anyway because he's a piece of shit.
I love this. Like we're kind of getting back to like the roots of what we really love in a comedy, which is just like stupid, fucking raunchy humor.
It's exaggeration, is what it is. It's
so different than all the movies we've covered. I guess like save for That's My Boy.
Yeah, that's My Boy is like it goes with like a small idea and exaggerates it to the max.
Right, and the plot is simple. Like we were talking Spaceballs just the other day, right? A little too convoluted for my liking.
Yeah.
There's like not much plot here.
No, this one moves. This one, yeah.
There's not many locations. Like this is probably a super like budget friendly movie.
I have to say, it's also an hour 56 runtime. It doesn't feel like it.
Yeah.
Like there are parts where I'll say like I kind of like was getting disinterested, but like for the most part, like I wasn't feeling the length. With Spaceballs though, I was feeling length of that movie.
Yeah, for sure. Do you remember seeing the trailer for this coming out? Like, this isn't your first watch, right?
No, I've seen this. This is my second time seeing it. I've never seen the trailer for this movie. I think I only heard about this movie because you probably said it in the group chat. That like John Cena's in a movie with Zac Efron, and I was like, oh, I'm sold.
I remember seeing the trailer for this, and I was fucking stoked. This is just an Amazon Prime original, I think, right?
Yeah.
Again, just make more movies like this. Like, I really hope that. Well, I guess we'll find out. This came out in 2024. It's 2025 now. I really hope that there's like a couple of these in the pipeline coming down.
Like a couple of Ricky Stanickys, or like movies like this.
Either way, if there's a sequel to this, I would do a
sequel to Ricky Stanicky. I think it would be
Stanicky
fun.
Sequel.
Yeah, Stanicky to it.
I'm feeling silly today.
Yeah. No, I would love if Amazon wanted to just become the streamer of comedies. Like if they were like, let's just make all of these ridiculous comedies. I would love that. That'd be amazing. Like, yeah, keep doing more of these.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, you ready to dive in?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. The movie starts with our main characters as kids on Halloween. They're trick-or-treating. Before I get to our first gag, I have to ask.
I knew it was coming.
Did they do a good job casting the kids to look like our actors?
I don't think so.
No, they did not.
I don't think so. This one sucks.
I couldn't even tell which one was supposed to be Efron at first. It's like one of the guys has red hair.
None of it didn't make any sense. I was like, Ripp's definitely going to ask if this is a good casting, and then it's not.
Do you think I'm building my credibility with this?
No, I think, because I think like with That's My Boy, like we were right. Like that was good casting for the younger Sandler. Like they nailed it.
Well, I mean, Jim didn't think so.
Well, Jim.
All right, leave it at that. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the one kid's costume. They ask him if he's a cow or a dog.
This is so funny.
Do you know how he's a dog, Chaps?
Yeah, he's a dog because he's got a boner. He's got a red Sharpie, like a clicky marker. Oh, God.
The next thing I want to address, and I got really excited here forgetting that we're in the past at the moment. They're lighting dog shit on fire in brown paper bags, and I was like, oh shit, kids nowadays still do this,
right?
But this is
this is kids back in the day.
Do you think kids still do this?
I don't think kids still do this. I don't think they have the guts.
They don't have the cojones to do it.
They don't have it. They'll never do it. They'll never light a bag of shit on fire and put it on a doorstep. They're too scared.
That's so good. Clever fucking kids though. They stop and he writes the name on the shirt.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, this Austin Powers kid, he's a genius, eh? Like I never would have thought of that. That's like way above my.
Austin Powers gets such a good costume.
But I want to ask you, how do you think this compares to the Billy Madison shit scene?
Ooh, this one is funny because I can definitely see a house burning down from this.
Absolutely.
However, there's no quote like Billy Madison. He called the shit poop.
No, yeah, there's nothing that matches that for sure. But there is a great line that when he goes to stomp it out, and he does, and he's like, "Oh, doo-doo in mouth."
Okay, let's skip ahead here. We learn Efron is named Dean. Horrible name for Efron, in my opinion.
Just call him Zach.
I'm just going to call him Efron. He calls a baby Hillbilly Hitler. That's has no bearing on the plot, but I thought it was funny.
Yeah, do you think all babies are cute? I'm with Efron on this one. I don't think all babies are cute.
Not going to answer that. So let's set the scene here. We see a message from Ricky Stanicky. Call me. He says the cancer is back and he's going into surgery and he's all alone. That's horrible. I want to pause here because I want your thoughts on this. The boys aren't even trying, right? Like, they say he has testicular cancer, which is fucking awful. But if you're already making up a fake person, why go for the nuts, guys?
Yeah.
And I say nuts because, plural,
because
they're taking the other testicle.
Yeah, they're taking the other one now.
It's like...
This is I don't know, when you get into the mythology of Ricky Stanicky, like, yeah, why did they go for cancer? Like, you do some other illnesses to build yourself up to that, you know?
Sure. It's like at this point, guys, you've got like the lottery ticket in your hand. Why are you holding it out the window as you're driving down a highway? You know what I mean? Like you're playing with fucking fire here.
Yeah, you're right.
You have the creation that is Ricky Stanicky, and now you're like, balls.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
well, they even kind of address it later. Like, why? Like, I think Wes brings it up. He's like, why did we go for cancer again? Why didn't we just say something else? And they're like, well, because then he's going to have to get the chemo, whatever, and that's going to take us right into the World Series.
Yeah, it's fucking diabolical.
Yeah, messed up.
Okay, so the partners encourage the boys to go to Albany for Ricky. Turns out they're going to Atlantic City for a fucking rave.
Yes.
So we're on the flight here. They're going over their Bible, getting their story straight, posting on social. It's such a good idea for a movie.
Yeah, it's great. Like the way they have this binder that is full of Ricky Stanicky backstory, so they can keep their story straight. Like all of it's very cleverly done.
It's all so funny. It's also fun. The premise is, it's just such a simple comedy.
Yeah,
and I miss this.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
It's so good. And again, these guys are dirtbags.
Yes, absolutely.
We can admit that.
Yeah,
but also maybe geniuses.
yeah, dirtbag geniuses.
Okay, so we're given a good idea of who Ricky Stanicky is supposed to be. Let's talk the guy who's playing him, though. You said you've seen this before.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh shit, is that him?
Dun, dun, dun.
Before we actually meet his character, based on the Bible and the stories that we've been presented with thus far, do your best to not think ahead. Do you think Cena was going too fucking hard?
It's, I don't know. Because I feel like you don't get enough of the Bible to really judge on that.
Like, this is not what I was expecting.
Oh, I was not expecting John Cena to go absolutely like ape shit, like crazy pants in this movie, but he did, and it's amazing.
Fucking crazy pants.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk Cena. He runs up to the bar to jump on the boys' tab. His t-shirt. He's rocking a black t-shirt with the letters GOAT on it. And underneath it's a picture of Alf.
Yeah.
It's fucking sent me.
I love that he starts doing impressions. He's got the Owen Wilson one, but then he does like a reenactment of his childhood. He's like, and it gets super dark. He's like, yeah, that was a skit from my childhood. Like, fuck, this guy's crazy.
He impersonates Owen Wilson, the Big O, he calls him.
Yeah, the Big O.
Do you remember what he says?
Oh, wow. Wow. Well, it's crazy. You'd think I wouldn't be able to do an impression like Owen Wilson. Wow.
Someone's so adorable as the Big O.
It's the Big
O. Here we also find out there's a few no good suits that are looking for Rod, giving us the impression Ricky is in danger with the wrong crowd.
Yeah, it looks like he owes a bunch of people a lot of money.
Yeah, simple.
Because they're in Atlantic City, right?
Yep.
So it's believable.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Okay, Efron turns his phone back on. He has a million missed calls and messages. Classic JT's partners in labor.
Right.
This is where the story surrounding Ricky comes into question. And again, guys, what are you doing here? You went with both nuts. And now you're saying he has anal cancer as well. Like, this is just, they're all over the place. Efron tries to cover it up, they're saying it was testicular, then it spread to his anus, so they removed his butthole. And just when you think they've been had...
Just the outside.
just the lip. Efron suggests Ricky lied about having cancer to celebrate not having cancer. Nailed it.
Yes.
Here's my question for you, Chaps. If you're one of their partners, like, are you in the right to start questioning the story?
Absolutely.
You think so?
Yeah, because none of them have ever met, like the one mother is already on top of it. Like none of them have ever met Ricky,
but how is she,
which is absurd.
How is she presented to the audience though? Like we all think she's a bitch, right?
Well, that's just because they keep saying that.
You know what I mean? It's like, say we had a fourth in our group here.
Yeah.
Nobody's met him, and we keep saying he has cancer.
Right.
Your partner's like, I don't think your friend has cancer. I don't think he even exists. Now, can you say that? Because on the off chance that he does exist,
yeah, then you feel like
fucking awful.
Yeah, it feels like a piece of shit. But I don't know. It is just such a fishy story. Like there's a lot of cracks, and then Wes almost spills the beans anyways, right? So
he's the weak link. You have to kill Wes.
he's the guy he's the conscience of the group. He wants them all to tell the story. He's like, tell the truth. He's like, we should tell the truth. And they're like, no, you cannot do that.
You gotta kill him. He's gonna crack. Okay. Moving on here, we get a pregame bro talk of sorts to hatch a plan. I love a good diner bar scene.
Oh, can we pause quickly and talk about something that happened at the hospital?
Yeah, we can.
There's Zac Efron. I forget what he's saying, but he's talking to JT. I think they're outside. He's talking to JT, and he goes, "You had Baby Whitaker nursing on you. Horrible fucking name, by the way."
Baby Whitaker. Again, I'm not going to yuck anybody's yum on what they want to name their child, unless it's one of those 7 names I listed for Zac Efron. Because that's just, what are we doing here?
They keep kind of building the Stanicky lie and like talking about it. Like they're asking Wes, like, why did you use him for this and that? And like, it's a fragile fabric.
I wanted to ask you, did you come up with any excuse to use Ricky Stanicky? Like if you were, to conjure up an imaginary friend?
I don't have to. I have no need to come up with an excuse to go do something. I would just tell my partner, hey, I want to go do this thing. And like, we'd either go together or I'd go alone.
Yeah, I feel like that's what an adult would say, right?
Yeah, like I don't have any need to conjure up an imaginary friend.
Some of their some of the things that they went and used Ricky Stanicky for, though, are fucking gold. I think they reveal it at the end, right? It's like the Little League like national championship.
That's pretty funny. That way, yeah, the Little League national championship, the Dolly World.
Yeah,
and then
twice.
Yeah, Aaron, Efron's partner of this is like, I would have gone the Dolly World. Like, yeah, just tell her, she'll go with you.
Okay, let's get back to the scheming here.
Yes,
there's so many of these like scenes in movies. It's always at like a bar or like a fucking Applebee's or something. We just covered one in American Pie 2, Hot Dog Heaven. I think that's where they come up with the idea for the lake house.
Yep.
Well, I mean, where they piece it together based on Casey Affleck, right? There's the birth of Stratton Oakmont in Wolf of Wall Street.
Right,
that's a good diner scene, right?
That's a good diner
More
scene.
ketchup.
Yep.
Killing bosses and horrible bosses.
Yeah. Motherfucker Jones.
Motherfucker Jones, yeah. Infidelity and Hall Pass. I mean, am I missing any here?
Probably, but I can't think of them off the top of my head. But yeah, those are. It's a classic trope of like, we need to plan something out. Let's hit the bar. Yeah. Like it happens in Shaun of the Dead, like all this stuff.
Which is just crazy to me. It's like basically if you ever want to plan a heist or hijinks, you should go to a diner or a bar. Why would you fucking do that? Why are you?
If you're a detective, you should just go stake out diners and bars because that's where people are planning heists.
Like, hey, let's come
murders.
up with our secret plan in public. It's crazy.
That's
to me.
the thing that I always like. It drives me crazy in movies and shows where like the two people are like over in like a corner talking about a person who's like 7 feet away.
Yeah.
And the person that's 7 feet away can't hear them. Like, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
We got to stop doing that because it's so unbelievable.
There's a really good I think you should leave sketch that I'm going to send you after this that you're probably not going to watch. And the whole thing revolves around Tim Robinson being on a date.
Yeah.
And a guy at a couple tables over is telling a story and he's trying to give like a proximity to his friend. So he's like, oh yeah, you should have seen it. It was like that far away, like over by that guy who has hair that looks like dog ears. And Tim Robinson clearly hears him.
Yeah.
And they just keep drilling it in like hair that looks like dog ears. It's really good. Trust me.
It sounds pretty funny.
All right, let's talk funny. Let's roll right into Cena's one-man show here. The Jizz Jams.
Fucking Rod. Hard Rock Rod.
Hard Rock Rod.
It's a nice day for some woodwhacking. It's a nice day to jizz again.
Ooh, baby, I masturbate every day. I want to tell you I masturbate every way.
It's such good stuff. I'll be the first to admit it. I recently had my bachelor party. If this was an option, I'd absolutely pre-drink at a bar to jizz jams with the boys. Like, without a doubt.
As long as John Cena's performing them. That would have been sick.
Not only are the songs hilarious, but the lyrics totally work too.
Oh,
like
yeah,
it
they're
reminds
amazing.
me so much of Popstar. Like the songs just all bang.
Yeah.
Okay, so hit me with your favorite. I mean, are there any songs you wish that they covered? Did you come up with any?
So you asked me to come up with a couple of song names. I'll tell the one that I thought was really funny. I forget the song name, but he's like, what song is it? He's like, oh, I want to masturbate.
Yeah. Oh, baby.
That's
oh, baby, I love your way. Yeah.
After that, though, when he wraps up the set, I just briefly want to touch on this. He goes, great crowd. So horny to be here.
When a boner comes along, you must grip it.
Yeah. It's so funny. Okay, so some of the song names / lyrics I had, the obvious one, Thundercock.
Okay.
For Thunderstruck. Or you can call it Thunderstroke.
Yeah.
But I kind of leads into the next one, Stroke You Like a Hurricane.
That's a good one.
And then you don't even need to change the name of this one, just Dirty Deeds.
Just all AC/DC songs. I wrote a couple down too. Hall & Oates, You Make My Dreams Come True. You Make Me Cream, come too. How about Spirit in the Sky by Norman Greenbaum? Spirit Between My Thighs.
Nice.
Too Much Time on My Hands by Styx. Too Much Cum on My Hands.
Yeah, there you go.
that's right there.
We're going to have to bleep some stuff, aren't we?
Here's a good one. Zombie by the Cranberries. You know where they go, what's in your head? What's in your head? Yeah. How about Please Give Me Head? And then you go, horny, horny, right? And because it's Canadian, that's why it's Please Give Me Head.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, I had a pretty extensive classic rock Spotify list I was just scrolling through. And,
I love that for you.
A lot of these already sound like they're cranking down though.
Yeah, all of the songs are. Have you heard of the band Helix?
No.
They have a song called "Ride the Rocket."
It's just.
What do you think that's about?
Yeah.
It's literally about what you think it's about.
I mean, role models. It's a lot of Kiss songs. What is it? Love Gun. It's a song about his cock.
Yeah, it is. As Sean William Scott so aptly puts. This is another scene too, though. Like we've been talking a little bit about how large John Cena is, but he's in like funny costumes here and stuff like that, and it really starts to like. The enormity of this man, it makes no sense. The size of his hands alone, like whatever he uses, a payphone or a cell phone, it looks ridiculous. He looks like an actual giant. Like his hands are so fucking large.
I want to say, is it like the Fantastic Four we grew up with? Where the Thing, like I think he's trying to use a payphone.
Yeah, you can't.
He just crushes.
That's what I expect to happen to John Cena. He literally looks like he has Hulk hands on all the time.
Okay, before Cena arrives, let's check the temperature here. So this plan is fucking insane, right? Like it's brilliant, but it's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Where's your head at as you see Cena arrive at the airport?
Just thinking about like, this is ridiculous. I can't believe they've gone this far. I don't know if we've even set that up yet for the audience, but yeah, we're at the part where the boys have decided we need an actor to play Ricky Stanicky for the bris, like to come to the bris.
Yeah.
And so it's absurd.
So they're at the airport, and our first look at Cena.
Oh my God.
He walks up and he grabs the fucking trash bag.
Yeah. Don't be the trash bag. Don't be the trash bag. He's the trash bag. He looks like shit too. I love it. He's having seizures.
He's sweating. He's throwing up because he's been cold turkey for 3 days. He's going through withdrawal, right?
The leather will calm him down.
Yeah. Put my wallet in my mouth.
Yeah.
Another great shirt. This one just says, "I don't trust soup."
It's not what you think it is. It's just piss.
Which is actually kind of funny because I think what is it when they're talking about what a bris is? Somebody's like, "Oh, it sounds like soup."
Yeah. There's a small part that we glossed over that I wanted to touch on. I don't know if you got a laugh out of this, but it fucking sent me for some reason. Prior to the airport pickup, Efron's with Aaron she's doing like coverage of a duck on a golf course. Like this duck won't get off the golf ball. The duck, like Efron's dog goes and starts barking at the duck and because he wants to take her lunch or whatever. And the duck grabs the dog's fucking leash and tries to drown it.
It's fucking sadistic fuck.
Fucked. It was crazy. I was like both laughing and also being like, holy shit, this is fucked. Like,
would they name the dog Paul?
Yeah, Paul.
I love when dogs have like people names.
It's a great bit.
Great gag. Okay, let's talk the bris. They hire a stand-up moil. He may not be able to eat ham, but he can be one, he says.
Oh my God, this guy.
Before we dive in here, would you rather have this guy circumcise you or the one from Seinfeld? Let me remind you.
What happens in Seinfeld? I can't remember.
It wasn't his fault. Jerry flinched.
That's true, yeah. Jerry flinched.
But I guess this guy's also in a fucking K-hole.
Yeah. There are a couple of things. Number one, what's a K-hole? I guess you just do ketamine. You just do
ketamine.
Yeah, you just get zoned out or zonked out or whatever. Yeah, I don't want either of them performing it. I'd probably go Seinfeld Moyle because I don't need a guy cracking jokes while he's taking the tip off. While he's taking the tip off. Like I don't need jokes at the same time.
He's doing it for free, but he'll take the tip.
Yeah, exactly. There's another thing I wanted to talk about with this whole bris part. This has come up in some of the movies we've done before. This whole thing about inviting your boss.
Yeah.
Why is this a thing in movie? Is this like something in the U.S. that they do that like, would you ever invite your boss to anything?
Well, I'm not like high enough up in the food chain to want to invite my boss places.
That's fair.
I feel like maybe that's like, I think, what is his title? Like vice president or something?
Vice president of investor relations.
He's running point.
Right, yeah, he's running point.
I'm not at a point in my career where I'm running point on stuff.
Yeah, I guess when you're like, you're working that closely with the big wigs, you gotta like,
right. I think it all comes down to like FaceTime because you're always trying to make partner, right?
Yeah, it's true.
To my knowledge from TV movies, you always want to make partner.
Yeah, you want to be partner.
And I don't think you can make partner without FaceTime with the boss.
That checks out.
Yeah.
I just like my bosses are great. I'm not inviting them to my son's bris.
Well, I mean, not yet. You're not running point.
Yeah,
you're running point.
Yeah, when you're running point.
Everybody knows when you're running point, you invite your boss to a bris.
Yeah.
Okay. full of good tips today. Stanicky finally shows up. He comes in like a fucking bat out of hell, hits the ground running, and he crushes.
This is the part that really sells me on Cena in the movie. Like, I mean, everything else has been great so far, but the way he like
works the room.
Yeah, works the room here. He's just orbiting around and like he's nailing it everywhere. It's so good.
So it finally hit me after hearing the story about Mrs. Bono being plowed like a potato field. The Cena's performance here.
Mrs. Bono.
Plowed like a potato field. Jesus Christ. Does Cena's performance here remind you of anyone? Maybe another made-up person that we covered last season?
Yeah, what Adam Sandler and That's My Boy.
He's fucking Donnie Burger in it. Yeah. The way he shows up.
Does he show up at at Todd's thing as his best friend?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right.
But the way Donnie Burger's work in the room too.
Yeah. Everyone loves him.
It's fucking awesome.
If I've learned anything from movies, it's just like if you ever need to impress somebody, be an asshole to them.
Yeah.
Because that's how like Ricky impresses the boss and like finally, someone's finally stuck up to me, so I got to hire this guy.
Yeah, well, I mean that, or you go for the wife, right?
You know what? He's partner now. He's stuck up to me.
He's partner. He's making $250 large.
Yeah.
Speaking of the boss, let's talk William H. Macy, known as Ted in this. So he's JT and Dean's boss. Ricky decides to go toe to toe with him. We get some fun gags here. What stands out to you here? What makes you laugh?
I don't have as many notes on like their interaction, but I do just love that, like, I don't know, Ricky, I'm not sure if he's smart or if he like read, like he just made a script for this kind of thing. Like he has a rebuttal to everything that the boss has to say about the merger and all this stuff. And it's like he's definitely making it up, right? It's all made up.
He's seducing him, right? He's flirting, he's coming at him with the insults, right? Like, I can see the hair transplant, the seedlings, right?
Yeah.
But then he brings him back in with, your merger is actually so smart.
It could be great for the world.
You're old and they're new, right? Like it
just is such a salesy man tactic. Like it just reminds me of like a car salesman just talking out his ass.
Right. So this all leads into our big showdown here between Stanicky and Leona. Leona's not buying what Cena's putting down, decides to call him out. Like you said, Cena gets all flustered. Then we get one of my favorite bits in a comedy movie. The character takes a deep breath, he regains his composure, and he fucking spews the most brilliant bullshit you've ever heard, right? Like my head immediately goes to Old School, where Will Ferrell blacks out during the debate with James Carville.
I thought of Billy Madison, but except that's the other way, where he does this bullshit rant and it's incoherent as fuck.
So the puppy is the Industrial Revolution. Yeah, it's so fucking good. We're kind of working our way around the party here. Let's take a beat on Gary, the Red Robin legend himself. So mild success, loud in your face, just wants to be one of the boys because he clearly never was. I fucking love this archetype. I don't think we've had one of these in our group of friends. Fortunately, unfortunately,
probably not. I've worked with these people before though.
Okay.
So they're just stop.
Well, I mean, just hit me right there. Because when you spot one of these guys in the fucking wild, like at a pre-drink or at work or like at a fucking funeral, it's a sight to see, right?
Oh man, it's funny. It's like they're all the same. They have they tell the same story 17 million times, and they can't get over it.
Back in grad school, my partner had me tag along with her to one of her classmates' pre-drinks to meet her friend's boyfriend at the time. No big deal. I'm usually pretty good in these situations because, like most other guys, I can talk sports and movies, right?
Yeah.
Fucking wrong. I hit this guy with every sport. Do you watch hockey, football, basketball? I don't know football and basketball that much, but like I can dabble, right?
Yeah, you can make it up.
I'm getting desperate. I hit him with soccer.
Oh shit. Pulling out all the stops.
No, he says he likes to run. That's fine. How hard can it be to talk about running, right?
Yeah, what's your split?
What's your pace? Yeah.
What's your pace?
No, he has no interest in talking about running.
How do you run in like you have nothing else that you do in your life?
I don't know, man. So I asked him, like, okay, you know what are you into, right? Like, what are your hobbies, since he's not a movie guy either? He comes back with underground jazz.
This person's so pretentious.
The extent of my knowledge of jazz is fucking Ryan Gosling in La La Land.
Yeah, that and fucking Ron Burgundy playing Yaz flute.
Yeah, right. Like, my point is, like, this fucking type of guy sucks so bad. Like, I don't know. In hindsight, I got to tell this story on the pod, and also I've told it like a million times. And my partner's friend isn't dating that guy anymore, so
that's good.
It all works out.
Yeah.
All right. Let's throw on some Jizz Jams and take a quick break.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening. Don't forget, new episodes drop every Wednesday on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you're enjoying the show, share it with a friend and drop us a 5-star. Don't forget, you can follow us on Instagram and Letterboxd. Our links are in the show notes.
Okay, so we've reached our midpoint here. We're saying bye to Ricky in the cab, and we're getting the impression he doesn't want to leave this life behind. Before we get going, though, let's talk pace. Let's talk first half. Is the movie flowing for you? Are you having fun?
Yeah, I mean, like I think I mentioned it earlier. The movie's what, an hour 56 runtime or something like that, but it doesn't feel that way. It moves very quickly. The bits are a lot of fun, so it always has something going on that you can laugh at. There's a couple of things that I wanted to touch on that we glossed over. I like that they started to dive into a little bit of like Ricky / Rod when he's at Wes's apartment. He's not just a crazy like drunk. He has a lot of like other I don't know, facets to his personality. He's a bit of a good motivator. Like he helps Wes find this new like story to write and stuff like that. So like he's kind of a good guy at the same time. And then there's one thing with the party when he's I think he's explaining to Efron how he was able to answer some of those like questions. So he's like, well, when Matt Damon filmed We Bought a Zoo, he actually bought a zoo.
Yeah,
so that's what I did.
I love that. You got to buy the zoo.
Yeah, you got to buy the zoo.
He comes back to it later. You got to buy the zoo.
Yeah. So overall, like the first half of this movie, it's awesome. It's great.
I think because there aren't many like scene locations in the movie.
Right.
I was shocked that this was the midpoint. It's like all we've done is just go to the Briss at this point, really.
Yeah,
right?
It's true. Like you're only ever really in that bar, the workplace, and then like here.
Yeah. So we pick up the next day under the impression we're never seeing Stanicky again. What do you know? He was hired by William H. Macy. In fact, he was over at his house until 4 a.m. What he lacks for an experience, he makes up for it in piss and vinegar. I would fucking be livid if this ever happened to me. If you get, again, I'm not at a point where I'm running point here.
But if you ever run in point and I impress your boss so much that he hires me.
Just the idea that you don't have the experience, but you make up for it in piss and vinegar. This is like the most boomer fucking mentality ever, right? This is the equivalent of like your dad telling you that you have to go out in person and hand resumes to local like shops and banks. And then it doesn't matter what's even on the resume because a good handshake and in-person meeting,
a firm handshake, firm handshake and a stern look in the eyes.
Yeah, there you go. That'll get you hired, right?
Yeah. No, that's not it.
That's not how that works. Let's be clear here. You're Rod. You're singing jizz jams in AC. You're begging tourists for calamari. If someone offers you 250 large, like you're fucking taking that, right?
Absolutely. You just performed a fucking Briss. Like you're living high.
Like chances are before people find out you're a fraud, like you're probably getting at least one paycheck.
Yeah, which is, I don't know what one paycheck on 250,000 is, but probably a lot. Probably more than Rod's had in the last 7 months.
We also find out here that Dean's partner is offered a big job to cover Ricky's backstory. So obviously, like, shit's about to hit the fan, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move on to the bowling alley. What better place to start? The fucking bowling alley. The boys are pissed, but Ricky seems to be having a good time. He's hitting it off with Rapunzel.
The cousin?
The cousin, yeah. This basically reminded me of the Kramer bit in Seinfeld where George is dating somebody who needs a nose job.
Yeah.
And Kramer says, yeah, you're beautiful, but you could use a nose job.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Like Cena's like, he's pumping up, I think her name's Carly, right? He's pumping up Carly, cousin, yeah. But he's like, yeah, but your fucking hair it's awful.
Yeah, it's just in your face. It's covering you up. And then what happens? She gets fucking stuck in the bowling ball retrieval machine.
Normally, this kind of like physical comedy gets me, but I just felt kind of bad for her.
Yeah, this was terrifying.
Yeah, this was just horrible.
This is like a very bad experience.
I got like secondhand embarrassment. And then the bowling balls are hitting her in the head. And I'm like, this is
the way she turns over to the guy is like, stop fucking bowling. It's like, yeah, why is this guy still throwing strikes with his little fucking wrist brace on?
Okay, that actually got me. I did laugh at that. But as a whole, this scene, it just gave me like secondhand embarrassment.
No, for sure.
So the next day, the stage is set for the ultimate fanning of shit. Ricky comes up with feel good investing.
Yeah. Fuck you, Billings.
Fuck you, Billings. I'm sorry. Like, this is $1 billion company and nobody has thought of like
feel good investing.
It's like a fucking course. There's tax incentives. Like, there's a whole legal team telling him to do this because there's tax incentives, right?
Yeah, 100%.
But again, it's a fun movie. I'm going to overlook it. It just gets me going. Before we move on, though, let's talk bits because this is one of my favorite bits in the movie, and I'm sure it's one of yours. In fact, it's actually used as a catalyst for like our big blow up. While filming Summer Haze in the boardroom, Ricky discovers something unusual.
Yeah.
The way he presents, it turns out he's a world-class air dicker.
Yes, he is. He's smoking invisible dongs.
Every time he tries to make a point, he just puts a dick in his mouth.
To me, this is like really a great example of something that this movie does really well. And it's really hard to do this. It's this, I call it like the long joke. A lot of movies do this by just like, repeating the bit into the ground. This movie does it by having like a 5 to 10 minute stretch where the whole bit is about air dicking. But it's not just like repetitive. It's like they build on it. He takes it to the guys first. They ask him, "Oh, should I take this to the boss?" And they're like, "Yeah, absolutely." So it just gets funny in there. Then he goes to the boss and shows it to the boss, and they just like keep hammering and hammering on this bit. But it just grows and grows. And to me, it's like very much of a sort of a personification of the whole movie, where like they're pushing the scapegoat friend to an extreme, and they do that with every bit, and they just take it to its like, for lack of a better term, it's climax.
Lack of a better, yeah. I mean, this is 100% one of those bits that they had to borrow from real life, right? Like,
it's
somebody
so
on
funny.
this writing team absolutely did this, or know somebody who
they
does
had
this.
they had a boss back in the day that did this or something. Yeah,
yeah. So they convinced Cena to go tell him, and it gets him a fucking raise.
Gets him a raise.
Could you ever tell your boss this? Like, do you have that kind of moxie? Do you care?
I also probably would never even notice it. It's one of those things that I just wouldn't even like pay attention to in the moment. So I would just, not do that. I probably wouldn't tell my boss it at all.
So they all leave the office. This is where we get a little blow up here between Efron and John Cena.
Yep.
We learn here that Ricky has officially changed his name to Ricky Barbara Stanicky after his grandma.
My grandmother's name. There's one great line that I want to just back up quickly. Yeah. William H. Macy, once he shows him the tape of the air dicking, he's like, "Oh, great! Now it looks like I'm cupping the balls."
There's a little side bit too with the guy who's an IT guy, but he's also the AV guy.
Yeah, he's like, "That's me."
That's good stuff.
Yeah, I'm the IT guy and the AV
guy. We also learned that I guess Ricky reveals if he goes back to AC, they'll kill him. The no good ruffians from earlier,
the mobsters.
Yep. I fucking can't wait for that reveal. This brings us to our confrontation here between Aaron and Efron.
Yeah.
Aaron knows about Stanicky, aka Rock Hard Rod.
Mm-hmm.
She's a good reporter. We learn that she figured it out at the Briss, actually, because Ebola hasn't been in Nairobi. There's a vaccine.
Yep.
That's fucking good for her.
Yeah, she's a good reporter. She's good at her job.
So she's seen the Bible. We actually get a peek at some of the events, like we said, the Little League World Series. You said Dollywood twice.
Yep.
A tiny train museum.
That's fun.
That's just fun. One of them left with a conductor's hat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lebowski Fest. That's a good one.
Yeah. I can't remember any of the other ones. Is that it?
Those are the ones I have written down. I don't think there's any more. What stands out to me though is, despite all the hilarious places that the boys went, Aaron doesn't seem particularly upset.
Which is odd to me because she should be fuming. Right.
Like she's disappointed, but I don't know, man. Like I just figured like she learned her life partner has been lying for like what, a decade?
Yeah, for so long. This is grounds, like just drop him, leave him.
She just
like,
kind of walks off to like soft, pensive music. Like there's no blow up. It's just like
so this is one of my gripes with the movie is that it has a lot of these deep undertones, and I think we kind of we were talking about, we learn what's going on with Ricky's life, but Ricky at the same time learns a little bit more about Dean, and like we find out that Dean's father kind of like he came from a broken home. His father might have hit him when he was growing up and stuff like that. Some like really harsh and like troubling things. And I find like it's hard for comedies to marry these elements for like, the balance, the deep themes and the raunchy, ridiculous comedy. And this movie's no different. So it kind of just feels a bit cheap when they start to like explore that stuff because it never gets brought back up. And I felt like if there was a way to like maybe Efron and Aaron have that conversation so he tells her that side of him, like, like that's the stuff that I wish that it like ended on, because then it would have been a complete story, a whole movie kind of thing, right? I just, it's like, why mention those themes if you're not going to flesh them out and bring them to fruition?
I'm on the fence about it because your character needs like a character arc, so they need some sort of history, and then
of course
they could plop that scene in, but then the other side of me is like, yeah, that makes the movie probably better as a movie, but it doesn't make it better as a comedy, and I don't want to watch that. I want to watch more John Cena jizz jams.
I completely agree, but it's like, if I understand character needs an arc, needs like a bit of history to hang a hat on, don't go with something as fucking like egregious as like the domestic violence and stuff like that. That's like fucked up. Like address that if you're gonna just drop it in the movie, you know?
No, you're right. Like fair enough.
It kind of goes back to the like you gave Ricky Stanicky cancer like right away. It's the same thing here. You fucking gave him a broken home and a dad who beat him and didn't even address it later.
It's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Let's talk grand finale. Before we get into it, I have to admit, and again I'll say it, I love playing couch detective, but I'm so fucking bad at it. I had no idea how this was going to end. Did you?
No, I didn't know how it was going to end, but like, I'm kind of mad at the way it ended because like, what is this complete spin doctoring of the situation that happened here? They paint Ricky, like, because they end up doing the Heroes of the Week segment on Ricky Stanicky and how the guys actually saved him from his alcoholism, which, yeah, great story. But like, let's not forget, these guys fucking hired a paid actor to fucking be a person they invented. Like, it's kind of crazy, and they just gloss over it. But I know it's a comedy. I'm picking nits here on that kind of stuff, but yeah.
No, I completely agree. And even now in hindsight, I've seen this movie twice, and I don't know how you end it, right? Like this is a sufficient ending to me because I don't like everybody's so in over their head.
Yeah,
you've had this big reveal, and because it's a movie, it has to end nice, right?
Yeah.
How do you fucking do that? You have to spin it so fucking much like this. Like
you're totally right. It is like a symptom of its own like demise kind of thing. Where like you've made these guys such asses,
and now you're trying to make them look like
heroes. You can't come back from that.
You can't.
But they had to somehow because you need to end the movie. Like we don't have another hour for Aaron and Efron to go to therapy. And
then what I find too is instead of being upset about it, they work in another Ricky Stanicky song, so I'm just kind of like, oh, it's really funny.
Exactly. they just like they do the whole like look over here while we have a lot of plot holes.
And honestly, it's probably my favorite one. It's what is it? Come in my sock
the Wham song. Yeah, it got me.
So
it got me.
It's like, yeah, it's all right.
It's one of those things when you start to think too hard about it, it falls apart like anything really. So just enjoy it.
They say the line between mythical and real has been blurred, as if like a nice, I don't know, fucking catchy slogan like that is just supposed to
it's the
usher
little bow.
Everybody into the truth where you know these guys are actually like good guys. It's like, no, you defrauded a company, you lied to your partners, like it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. But I also love though the resolve of the two shady characters. They're actually they're what are they? It's the job that
the Billy Idol cease and desist bit. It's so fucking funny.
They serve John Cena,
and then he says, "So Billy Idol saw my act,"
which is amazing because honestly, that's pretty cool. Like if you're Rock Hard Rod, like Billy Idol saw his act, that's insane.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, my last note of the movie was like, did these guys actually learn a lesson? Like sure, JT's sleeping out back in the backyard in the tent.
I kind of think like Wes stops being friends with them because I fucking would if I was him.
Yeah, these guys like made him go along with like all this crazy shit.
And he says it. I think there's a scene earlier in the bar, right, where he's like, "Man, I've been trying to like end this Ricky Stanicky thing for fucking years.
Yeah,
and you guys just bulldoze me into continuing."
But he's still culpable because he uses Ricky Stanicky without the trio.
I feel like the things he uses it for are like fine though.
He used it because he didn't want to go with his partner to something.
But that's what I mean. Like at the end of the day, okay, like that's like a little white lie. Like you're not fucking flying out missing the birth of your child to go to a rave in Atlantic City,
that's
right?
Fair. I don't know. It's still bad, I think.
Okay, well, with that, give me your closing thoughts.
Honestly, all that stuff aside, I really enjoy this movie. Once you accept that this is a terrible thing and no one should ever do it and move on, there's so much funny to be had here. Yeah, it tries to mix those deeper tones, doesn't quite do it successfully, but in the end, it's just a fun little story. Lots of comedic moments, strong performances from everyone. John Cena completely takes over. I don't know if there's anyone else that could do this. Like, I actually want to ask you, like, do you think anyone else fits this role like as well as John Cena does? Like, I tried thinking, like, who else would I picture here? Like, I don't know. Is that, do you need someone as wacky as like a Jack Black there to like pull off the weirdness? I don't know. He just commits so hard.
Jack Black's interesting because like this is kind of right up his alley, but I don't know if it's as funny because Jack Black has made a career on kind of like being goofy.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas John Cena, because again, he's
so unexpected.
He's so big. It is like almost unexpected.
Yeah.
Now let me hit you with a fun little thought experiment here. What do you think about The Rock?
See, I was thinking about The Rock as well, but I don't think I would buy it from The Rock. Like, there's something about John Cena's demeanor, his face, like he just looks a little bit more joyous than The Rock. The Rock's got a great smolder, right? So I don't know. I don't know if he could do it. Yeah, just it's something about The Rock's largeness and John Cena's largeness are not the same to me.
Have you ever seen the movie Be Cool? It's a John Travolta movie from like early 2000s.
It rings a bell. I don't know if I've actually seen it.
So The Rock is in that, and this is before, he started doing his whole like action hero, whatever bit. He's not dialed it up the way fucking Cena is in this, but he's still being like pretty silly for The Rock. I think that's as close as a comp you're going to get from him.
Right, yeah.
But part of that makes me think like, I think he could do this. I don't think the movie's as good. I think he's probably dialed up to like a 7, whereas here you have Cena at like a 13.
Yeah.
But I would be really interested to see him in a movie like this.
I started to think, is a Hemsworth possible, like a Chris Hemsworth? But I'm like, no, he's just too handsome. He can do funny. Like he's been funny as Thor and like a bit like of a bonehead and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, like John Cena's not like a great looking dude. So it kind of like adds to the fun. I don't know. There's just something that's perfect about John Cena in this role.
Let me go a different direction then. Instead of going jacked, what do you think about somebody like Nicolas Cage?
Nick Cage can do anything. That would just be unbearable weight too.
Like I'm just thinking of all the fucking. We
hired Nick Cage to play our friend Ricky Stanicky. It's another meta movie.
Yeah, there it is. Let's talk funniest scenes. I mean, number one, it's any jizz jam, right? Like by far.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Yeah.
The entire scene of Cena just showing up at the airport is fucking great.
I have that as well. Yeah,
picking
Rod up.
I think it's Efron just mutters under his breath like, "Please not the garbage bag."
Yeah.
It's the fucking garbage bag.
He's like, "Don't worry, it's not what you think it is. It's just piss.
It's just piss."
It's so good.
There's another small little bit when they're driving away in the car. And they're negotiating salary, and he's like, "I want my full SAG." Like,
yeah, well, I want SAG minimum. Yeah. There's no way you're part of a union. And he goes, "Wow, this is a hostile set."
Yeah. He sells you on it.
Yeah, we didn't like talk too much about the K-hole. The whole scheme of getting Pilsner to take the drugs of like throwing the peanuts in his mouth, like I was, that's a ridiculous game. I thought that was kind of funny. I also had the fucking duck and the dog.
Yeah.
That thing, like, it sent me. I was so unexpected and not see it coming at all. And of course, the what was it? The world-class air dicker.
Yeah, world-class air dicking.
Just a fantastic segment.
There's a lot of smaller bits in this movie too that we didn't really address, like Cena holding the ham up to the wall because he wants his walls ham colored.
Yeah. Oh. I was hoping to see something in a walnut. This is a
shit wood.
Yeah, there's a shit wood. There's also a lot of great stuff when the Moyle like ends up being drugged and Rod ends up taking over the bris. Like, in no fucking world should anyone be taking over a bris other than a certified person who does that. Like, what are you guys thinking? And he uses a fucking cigar fucking cutter. I mean, but he has a good bit though. As soon as he lifts up the drape, he goes, "We're gonna need a steak knife."
And as he's walking to the cab, he's like, "Oh, he's gonna have a lot of fun with that."
Yeah. Oh, it's good stuff.
I mean, we have to do MVC, but it's Cena by a mile.
This is Cena's movie. The other guys, honestly, are just there, like filling in the roles.
Okay, here's a good question for you then. Has anybody run away with the MVC title as much as Cena has in any of the movies that we've covered thus far?
I'd have to go back and look. I think Austin Powers, it's obviously Mike Myers because he's double duty there. Like, he easily runs away with that one. Yeah, I mean, like, it was never a doubt that it was Cena for sure. So I get what you're getting at. What do you think?
I honestly think it might be his title right now to lose.
That's
like
okay.
The boys are fun, but again, they don't really add much.
Yeah,
this is Cena's movie,
100%.
And every single time he's on camera, he's fucking killing me.
There's just such a like genuineness to his performance too, where like he's going for it. Like this is like the people talk about like overacting and stuff like that. Like, he's overacting the entire movie, but he's such a ham that it works. Yeah. Like it's so good.
I love it.
The safari outfit he wears to the bris is it's that fucking hat. It's so good.
Okay, let's move on to our head-to-head segment. 2024 comedies. Not really any pure comedies, but it's a pretty good year. There's a lot more funny than we usually get.
I feel like this is the only 2024 comedy I've seen.
The Fall Guy.
Okay, yeah. In terms of funny, I would say Ricky Stanicky. I like The Fall Guy as an action movie better, though.
Okay. Deadpool and Wolverine.
Ricky Stanicky. I like Deadpool and Wolverine, but it's like it's not going to be funny in 4 years because it's so that all of the jokes have to do with like today. And it's like, okay.
I'm curious to get your thoughts on this one. Anora.
That's the one that won Best Picture, right?
Yep.
See, I'm a contrarian there. Like, I don't like that movie. I didn't really see the hype behind it. I enjoyed Mikey Madison. I thought she's fantastic. I fucking hated the kid in it. The other kid, like, he was such a whiny brat. It pissed me off. Yeah, he just fucking shut the fuck up. Like, it wasn't very funny to me either. It felt like more of a serious movie. Like when I was watching it, I laughed here and there, but like, if we're talking pure comedy, Ricky Stanicky.
Yeah. I thought it was funny. Snack Shack.
Ricky Stanicky.
Yeah. Last but not least, I don't know if you've seen this one, Unfrosted.
Oh, that's the Seinfeld one, right? I have not seen that one. I've heard nothing but bad things.
Yeah, me too. Like that makes me curious, but I don't think it's like bad good. I think it's just bad.
Yeah,
that's a shame.
That's just the vibe I get from it.
This is his second movie, right? He's got B movie. Has he done another movie other than this?
I don't know. That's his film choices are odd.
Yeah, what's the general consensus here around B movie? It's fucking weird, right?
Yeah, it's a weird ass movie.
Okay.
He develops a relationship with a real human, and then they also have. There's too many things to talk about with that movie. Like there's B. Larry King.
Okay.
But also Larry King exists as well in the human. There's something strange about that movie.
I had no idea. You went down the rabbit hole on B movie. I'm gonna hit you with some raunchy comedies, sort of. B movies that kind of not B movies,
not the B
movies
yes.
that kind of capture the same vibe.
Okay.
She's Out of My League.
Ooh, I haven't seen that one in ages.
That's the Jay Baruchel.
Yeah,
one,
Jay Baruchel, and is that Kate Upton?
No.
Who's the no? I'd go Ricky Stanicky.
Okay, I would agree with that. The Girl Next Door.
Ricky Stanicky.
Is a throwback for you.
Yeah, Ricky Stanicky still though.
Super Troopers.
Ooh. I'd have to. I can't give an answer because I'd have to watch Super Troopers again because I like Super Troopers a lot. It's hard to say.
I told him Meow know what you're going for.
Was that right, Meow?
What about Role Models?
Stanicky.
All right. That's a tight one, I think. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to our writer's room. Do you want to go first this week, or do you want me to?
Sure, I'll go first. Last week, Ripp gave me the prompt. Stanley Tucci. It's going to be a double duty comedy where Stanley Tucci plays two characters. And the thing is that he wins a large sum of money. Okay, let me paint a picture for you. Stanley Tucci plays Richard. He's a retired computer engineer and lives a quiet life with his wife and two kids. He doesn't have any other family left aside from them. He spends his days designing ridiculous little apps to make his family's days easier because, he's a retired computer engineer. One day, his kids get so annoyed by his... he designs an impossible to snooze and delete alarm clock app that he installs on their phones, and they get really annoyed and be like, Dad, you have to go get a new hobby. Why don't you just go gamble like Lana's dad? So he goes out to the horse track one day and wins a boatload of cash. Now we switch gears and we meet Michael, a down-on-his-luck man with no family. Michael is also played by Stanley Tucci. He's in a bar when he sees a news report of Richard winning all this money at the horse race, and the bartender says, hey, it looks like you could pay your tab now, thinking that they're the same guy. And Michael says, well, that's actually not me, but light bulb. He sets out to go find Richard and has his convoluted plan to convince them that they're long-lost brothers and to split the money with him. So they are, in fact, not brothers, just doppelgangers.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the movie. The only bits that I have are obviously there's going to be a DNA test requested.
Obviously.
But they're going to just probably use like 23andMe. So Michael, the doppelganger, hatches a plan to intercept the samples en route so he can switch out his with another one of Richard's.
I like that. That's good. That's good.
So that's all I've got so far.
It gives me big this guy, that guy, like roommate vibes. It's like I'm the clean one, I'm the messy one.
Yeah, exactly.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
I love that.
What did you have?
Chaps, you gave me Asa Butterfield, supernatural comedy, and a train. Asa Butterfield, great name by the way, is a 20-something-year-old and halfway through his degree at Yale.
Oh, of course. He's a Yaley.
He's a Yaley. Oh, fucking Yaleys. I know, right? He's a type A hardcore student. He's on the verge of early graduation. He has 2 best friends, keeping in line with our movie today. I chose threesome versus duo, who couldn't be more unlike him. In fact, they repeatedly tell him they're going to end up burying him in the library because he's in there so much. Well, wouldn't you know it, one lonely Friday night, he's studying away, and all of a sudden, he chokes on a cafeteria hoagie. Boom, fucking dead.
Damn. Watch out for those cafeteria hoagies.
Yeah, all of you Yaleys. When he goes to heaven, because unlike Hess, he's a good person.
Yeah, he's a good boy.
Yeah. God sends him back, taking pity on him because, he's God, but he still appreciates a good time. The catch, however, is that he's sent back as a ghost.
He has unfinished studying to do.
He's got 1 week to throw down ghost style.
How do ghosts throw down, Ripp?
Pretty fucking hard, I guess.
Yeah, fucking crazy.
So he hits up his 2 best friends, makes fun of them for crying over their dead friend. And after getting that out of the way, they take the train to New York City for a week of debauchery.
Wow, crazy.
So much like our diner scene, instead of just using the train as transportation here, I want to, make it a pivotal moment in the movie.
Right.
We get a solid pregame bro talk on the train where we basically cover all the ghost rules.
Okay.
So
I like that.
You're welcome to jump in here if you have any ghost rules you'd like to add.
Okay.
He can pick shit up. He can taste, but when he swallows, it just drops right out of his butthole. Solid hand liquids. He can float, but he can't fly. So I'm thinking maybe like he can float like a foot off the ground.
Right. Yeah.
And the last one I have here, he can go through walls and doors and shit, but he can't be perverted about it because, God did grant him this favor after all. And like Santa Claus, he knows when you're being naughty.
Okay. So he like stops him if he's ever going to go.
Well, yeah, like God just knows, right?
Yeah,
if he's trying to walk in as like someone's changing, God's like, nah, bro. And then
you can't do that.
Boom, go smack into the wall.
So how is he going to get, can he still get hammered? It's just, like, how's that? It just falls out of him, though.
It just falls out of him, yeah.
Okay, so is there scenes where they're like luging, but using him as the luge?
Oh, that's funny. That's good. See? Yeah. I knew you'd be good at this. Ghost luge?
Yeah, ghost luge.
What do you think? Do you got any more ghost rules for me?
No other ghost rules off the top of my head.
Listeners, write in and give me your favorite ghost rules.
I love that. No, that's great. Do you have anything else?
No, that's all I got.
No, that's fantastic. I love your ghost party.
The ghost rules took me a lot of time, okay?
No, ghost party. That's great.
Do you want to tell them what we're doing next week?
Yeah, next week we're doing another bargain bin movie without a paddle.
Thanks for listening. You can find us every Wednesday on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Check us out on Instagram and Letterboxd. Links are in the description.